This here is the police report that we have obtained from the Windsor Police Department, and inside, one mother is alleging her child was assaulted by a school employee. The Sister Cities agreement is as a result of months of collaboration between officials from the city of Greenville and the officials of Yeonsugu in South Korea. This after a city council directed that the city staff should go ahead with the partnership. This fencing around the perimeter of their pen is what actually kept most of their birds protected from the attack of that fox. Those birds that were attacked were actually on the outside of the fenced area. Now, what happens with noise-induced hearing loss is quite like what happens when you park your car on a grassy spot. Do it once or twice and the grass will grow back, but do it over and over and over again, and soon you'll just have a patch of dirt. This is what the original glass base looks like. Robert would apply pieces of glass to a drawing and then melt it to create his fusion art. Now, about 100 boats are docked today. The fishermen, some of them taking a break, cleaning their boats and equipment and getting ready for another day out at sea.
Adaure Achumba went to Sarah's memorial service today.
Family and friends of 16-year-old Sarah Reams gathered here at the Fairfield Christian Center to remember a young girl they say was full of life. And that life now cut short after a deadly mistake.
They've just taken everything away from us. She meant a lot to us.
16-year-old Sarah Reams loved riding horses and fishing.
She loved to crab. She could go out on a boat. She just got her commercial fisherman license. Just super, super great kid.
But most of all, she was looking forward to being an aunt.
Sarah wanted to call him Jack Jack. But that was the only person I really ever talked to. She was my best friend and my sister. The only other people I talked to was my mom or my husband, and now nothing feels right anymore.
Sarah and her longtime boyfriend, 23-year-old Ryan Gibbs, were found dead on June 1st. Her family said they thought they were taking cocaine, but it turned out to be a lethal cocktail of heroin and fentanyl.
They said whether it's one time or this is your last time trying it, don't do it because everything's laced.
Authorities are tight-lipped about the investigation. Hyde County has said nothing, and the State Bureau of Investigation has taken charge. 25-year-old Tiffany Renee Weber of Englehurst was recently arrested and charged with 2 counts of felony murder. Cox said she sold the deadly drugs to Sarah and Ryan.
Videos that she sent
At least one more suspect is being sought.
It's my intention to follow, to make sure that the people who have done this do pay. I'll be sitting in court.
As the distraught community gathered again, this time to remember Sarah, Sarah's family has a message for the drug dealers.
There are consequences and they will pay.
And through their grief, this family says they want to use this opportunity as a reminder to teenagers about the choices they make and how some of those choices could be a matter of life and death. In Fairfield, Adaure Achumba for News Channel 12.
News Channel 12's Adaure Achumba went and met a young weather fan today who's surveying the damage for himself.
Now, the heavy winds blew through this field, bending crops and blowing broken tree limbs across this lawn, barely missing this house. It happened on South Gumnock Road in Terrell County, broken tree branches littering a number of yards.
Yesterday when I looked, they were about right here.
8-year-old Connor Parker, a self-described weather fan, describes what he saw and heard.
But like we were like looking out the window, and then we started hearing like that, and then I thought it was just a regular hailstorm with regular baseball-packed eyes.
But from watching the experts, he says this storm was different.
This one was like ground like a cat, and I'm gonna estimate tornado gust. Like I was watching my weather station in there as soon as I got up, and I saw it on 27 mile an hour, and then it bounced like right up to 60 somehow.
There's no confirmation from the National Weather Service whether this damage was caused by a tornado or whether it was just strong winds. The team has not yet stopped in Terrell County to survey the damage, but is expected to do so.
So that's no good of a rocking chair now.
While he waits for the official determination, Connor is busy doing his own assessment.
And that big whim right over there was the whim I was talking about that took off that tree. I'm guessing we had a tornado because my ears were popping when I got in the closet.
Right now, the Parkers are cleaning up the mess on their yard, but there are still concerns about more bad weather coming this way. Reporting in Gumnek, Adaure Achumba for News Channel 12. It's something many experts say they feared for a long time, people losing their hearing at a much younger age than when it should normally happen. They say all that noise, like the loud music at concerts, noise from car stereos and earphones plugged into phones and iPod, well, all of that is making it a little harder for us to hear each other.
Watch your step. Have a seat in the big blue
It's getting harder to hear for Benjamin Nickerson.
Then I'll move to your right ear. Okay.
At first, it wasn't real bad of a hearing loss. So it was, to me, it wasn't that big of a thing. But progressively over time, it's gotten quite a bit worse.
That's why he's seeing an audiologist.
I got it checked out, and it's gotten quite a bit worse over the last couple of years, and I didn't even notice it.
A recent CDC report says noise exposure has damaged the hearing of about 40 million U.S. adults between the ages of 20 and 69.
Any ringing, buzzing.
Dr. Deanna Katanik with Carolina East says they're seeing such cases in eastern North Carolina.
Being here in the middle in eastern Carolina between two large military bases, having industrial plants close around here.
For Nickerson, it's a combination of some of those.
Time in the military and not necessarily using the hearing protection correctly as it was given to us. In my machinist background, not having any kind of hearing protection in that job, that wasn't helping matters at all either.
Overwhelming access to noisy gadgets is also not helping.
A lot of the newer phones now have limits that we can set inside of our phones to not allow the volumes to go up very higher than a certain level that could be damaging and continuous time frame. But then the biggest thing is also to limit our time exposure.
Now, what happens with noise-induced hearing loss is quite like what happens when you park your car on a grassy spot. Do it once or twice and the grass will grow back, but do it over and over and over again, and soon you'll just have a patch of dirt.
We don't really necessarily always think that our hearing loss can cause other health issues, but if we put ourselves in the mindset that, yes, this is detrimental to my health.
For News Channel 12, I'm Adaure Achumba. The mother and son duo attacked by a strange fox Friday say they are recovering after undergoing a series of shots to stave off the deadly rabies virus. Now, county officials say results from the testing done at the animal lab the state lab in Raleigh show the fox had rabies. With her birds in view, Marion Kerr still can't believe what happened at her home on Tuscarora Rams Road in Craven County.
Foxes, when they come through, they have come through. They be running and they're going on across on the other side.
But the strange acting fox did the opposite.
My son was standing there and he jumped on him and he started kicking and hollering.
It attacked the pet duck and several chickens on Friday before aiming for them.
He ran around my sister's car, and here he coming back again. Well, I was hollering. I think I was anyway.
Marion says it all happened so fast.
And he ran on up here on the porch and attacked me. I said, this is the strangest thing for a fox I ever seen.
Her sister watched from inside.
You're sitting there watching these beautiful little ducks walking, and after a while, something come out from no place and jump on them. And then they holler and flip their wings and run and kick.
She called 911, but her nephew managed to kill the fox with a rake. They lost 4 birds. This fencing around the perimeter of their pen is what actually kept most of their birds protected from the attack of that fox. Those birds that were attacked were actually on the outside of the fenced area. They're now recovering from several shots. County health officials warn to stay away from strange animals. The health department is reinforcing that message to stay away from strange animals. They also say avoid coming into contact with even domestic animals you don't own or recognize.
All right, terrific. News Channel 12's Adaure Achumba is here to explain.
That's right. I sat down with this 7-year-old and I was certainly amazed by his spunk and talent. The young artist is taking on fused glass art, and from where he sits, it looks like he's winning.
First, I started out with a big piece of glass.
Only a first grader.
I don't want to tell you this part because then other artists will make it.
But budding artist Robert Roloff knows a lot about dinosaurs.
A Casparosaurus is this giant walking crocodile that lived in the Triassic period.
And the solar system.
You can barely see Mercury over here. Venus is over here. Earth is.
Pieces on his favorite topics just won him first and third place in the children's 3D category of the Mad Hatter's Tea Party art competition in Morehead City.
He was surprised because one time I was in this art gallery. I've been to 2 art galleries. It was at a party I won first, and now I won first again.
He spends a lot of time at the crafty attic working on his art.
He's one of our youngest glass artists. The kids tend to be afraid of it, and he really has no fear. He really does a good job with trying anything new.
Now, this is what the original glass base looks like. Robert would apply pieces of glass to a drawing and then melt it to create his fusion art piece.
And he reads a couple hundred books during the summer.
His dad is very involved in grooming his talent.
That's it. We're just very proud of him, and we are looking forward to a bright future for Robert.
One Robert himself has already mapped out.
And then step 6, I'm gonna sell it.
In Morehead City, adaure achumba for News Channel 12.
Adaure Achumba is live at the newly dedicated Thalman Field at Lawson Creek Park.
The officers, 5 of them, honored today at the New Bern Police Department. They come from the New Bern Police Department as well as the Craven County Sheriff's Department. Now, those officers were killed in the line of duty, and the most recent one, Officer Alexander Thalman of the New Bern Police Department, was shot and was killed in 2014 in a shooting. A somber affair.
Carl Mayo, Toby Taylor, Jeffrey Manning, Donald Miller, and Alexander Thalman. Lives that are still precious and dear to us all.
A ceremony honoring 5 fallen officers from New Bern and Craven County. Family members placing a rose on a wreath for their lost loved ones who paid the ultimate sacrifice just doing their job.
You protected the community from things they locked their doors, oftentimes with many locks, the things they refuse to confront. They call us and we confront it. They call 9/11 and we show up.
To make sure no one forgets that sacrifice, the community came together in more ways than one. The city's newest bear sculpture, Officer T-Bear, unveiled in front of the police department.
As you can see, the bear is stopping the car, protecting our citizens.
And the dedication of the new multi-purpose athletic field at Lawson Creek Park, where a scoreboard made its debut, bearing Officer Alexander Thalman's name, a plaque placed beneath.
Oh my gosh, this is like a dream. Alex played soccer since he could walk. And
he was Stacy Thalman's only child.
That he was my hero, and that he was only 23. That's what I'm just going to remember, is he was just a kid that loved everybody.
And the community is returning that love, not just to Thalman, but to all the other fallen officers. And you can come out here to Lawson's Creek to see the scoreboard. It's right behind me. It's not on right now because there is no game, but once games start here at the park, you would see that board in use. Now, here's a quick note. If you're going to go out to go see Officer T-Bear in front of the police department, look out for the names of Officer Mayer, Officer Miller, and Thalman. It's hidden somewhere in the officers in Officer T-Bear's uniform, and it's something that kids can enjoy to find out more about the legacy of these officers. For now, reporting live in New Bern, adaure achumba for News Channel 12.